So this is what you get in Walk Your Weekends when you'll be sent details to log in and register for the member site where all the information is. And it looks a little bit like this. I've just got a little welcome video for you there. First of all, you get the introduction and the walk chooser, which summarises all the weekends and gives you tips on which weekends are suitable for different criteria. So as I've said in other videos, if you want to do a particular kind of walking or walk at different times of the year, or if you're a beginner or if you want something more challenging, I've laid it all out in there. So that's the first thing that you want to do. I've also got a checklist for you to help you plan your weekend so that you can keep all the information on one page when you're doing it. And then for all the detailed guides you have these little sections. So let's click on the Peak District one. You can also download everything in one zip file because I know that it's a lot easier because there's quite a lot of PDFs in this package and you might want to just download them all in one go. This is an example of what you get if you go to the Peak District section. So I've actually got 2 weekends that I've done in the Peak District one. So first of all you get your PDF download, and I'll give you an example of that in a moment. And then I actually talk you through the route in a video of all of the different walks, and then I'll talk about the walk as we go through, and I'll tell you little tips and things to look out for as you go, so you get an idea of what you're looking out for. I've also got a photo walkthrough of each route, so you just get an idea of what the landscape is when you're going there. And from the weekends that I've done, I've put those photos on. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough today. And then sometimes I've got some little extra things as well, so little videos that I made, I've put those on too. And this is the second weekend in that section with the PDF there. So now I will show you what the PDF looks like. Okay, so this is an example of one of the weekend PDF guides. This one is 38 pages, it comes in a PDF, so you can print it off, and I've tried to make it as small file size as I possibly can by compressing the pictures. Anyway, that's background stuff, you don't need to know about that, but hopefully it should be easy for you to download. So this is one for Langdale, which I did. So I start off with an introduction summary of what the weekend is and why it's really great and why you will love it. And I set out what you're going to do on each day. On day 1 you're going to be doing this, on day 2 you're going to be doing this, and then the options for day 3. And I give you the highlights of, you're not going to be able to see this, are you? Let me zoom in a little bit more. That's better. Now I've got the highlights there of the things to look out for, and then I've got different options you can do. So if you want to do it in just 2 days, or if you want to do it in a long weekend of 3 days. So with all the weekends I try and think of all the different alternatives that you might want to do. So I've got the basic core of the 2-day weekend, and then I've got other options that you can add on to make it 3 days. And I've got some pictures in as well, and I've got the example itinerary, so what you're going to be doing on the evening, what some example times, and how to get there by bus, what buses to get, what times I suggest you do, and the suitable time of year to do the walk. And in each of the weekends I've actually got a checklist of what you'll need, so I give you the recommended map that I recommend, and links to the bus timetables, which can be a nightmare to find sometimes, street maps that you'll need, and any other pieces of information that I think you're going to need to print off and take with you. So it's all on one page, so you don't have to keep searching through and thinking about what you might need. I've got details of accommodation, so the places where I recommend that you stay, and alternatives if the recommended places are full. So these alternatives might be, a mile or 2 out of the way, but I'll tell you about them in case you think they might be suitable for you. I've also got details of campsites if you want to go camping. And then I talk about how to get there and back by public transport. So I go into detail about the trains that you'll need to get, the tickets that you need to get, how to change platforms at certain stations, and where to get your taxi from, where to get your buses from, depending on the specific walk, where to get your timetables from, and details about where to get the bus, because sometimes in these places there aren't actually bus stop signs where you're going to need to wait for the bus, because it might be a remote country place with no actual bus stop sign there. So I tell you exactly where to to go and where to sit and wait for the bus, because I've done it myself. And then how to get back home on day 2. So I give you different options for that and tell you exactly all the details. Some are more complicated than others. And then I go into each day's walking. So I will tell you, I will give you a route description for each walk, and with key points highlighted and pictures. And I actually tell you your escape routes. So at different points I'll highlight, you know, if you need to come down, this is a good place to do it, and you can go down this path. So you're going to need to read this and have a look at your map at the same time before you do it, to figure out what you're going to do. And I've also got some links to blog posts about the walk, where that's relevant, so that you can do more further reading. So there we are, blah 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 blah. Let's go down through there. And I know this is just a little thing, but I numbered the pages so that you can, if they get separated, you know exactly where you are in there. Attention to detail, you see. Okay, food. Where you get food from. Do you need to take a packed lunch? Where are the pubs? Where's good for evening meals? I'll put that in there. I also tell you if there are public toilets and where they are, or if there are no public toilets, because that's useful to know. And the escape routes and bad weather alternatives. So this is your equally exciting alternative walk. So if you can't do the walk that I'm suggesting, then I give you an alternative option, so your weekend is not a waste, because that's really important. So then day 2 is pretty similar, so I'm just going to quickly scroll down there. So yeah, it's the same thing but for day 2. And then day 3 is an optional day 3, so I put information about what to do on day 3 if you're extending it to a day 3. And then I have a section of background reading and viewing. So this will help you get to know the area that you're going to be walking in and really anticipate visiting it and really enjoy walking there. So this is actually a fairly, oh no, it's got a few there. So I give you links to YouTube videos, books and TV programs and things that you might want to watch about the area that you're walking in. So that is what one of the PDFs looks like, and that's just one, and there are 10. There are 10 weekends and there are 3 bonuses. The bonus itineraries are still very detailed, but they have less pictures in them. And they are just specifically about, one of them is the Brecon Beacons. So actually that is the longest bonus itinerary I've got, because it actually breaks down to 3 possible weekend options that you can do. I might talk more about that in another video actually, because it's quite complicated. But there's loads and loads of options in there. The other bonus is walking Scafell Pike in a weekend, and the other bonus is Snowdon. Yeah, and then that's just the walking PDF, so I've got lots more things in there too. So yeah, if you want to dive in, I would love to see you in there. And the thing is that if there is anything that I've written in this guide that is unclear, I mean hopefully not, I've had very few questions so far about these things, but if there's anything that you want more information about, or if you think, oh, I can't quite do it in the way that she's suggesting I do it, I want to tailor it somehow, or I can't stay there, where could I stay? You can just ask me and I will investigate it for you and give you a suggestion. And I love doing that. I love helping you have a brilliant weekend, and yeah, people have used these and they've been very complimentary about them. So yeah, if you want to get in, just click the button below and that will send you some more information. Okay, bye for now.